You know those times when you have an idea in your head and then you try to execute it and it really doesn't go to plan? Well, that is today's project. I have not used my alcohol markers in a really long time. I've really been neglecting them, so I thought it would be a really good idea to pull them back out and use them, because I have missed them, and I do have a lot of them that are drying out. So this is probably another reason why I haven't used them in a long time, because some of my favorite colors, and the favorite color that I'm talking about is like a monster green. It's dried out. It's gone. And that's what I like to really use alcohol markers for, is to do these sort of zombie drawings. And yeah, I don't know, I haven't gotten around to getting any more alcohol markers because of funds that I don't have to go out and buy some more alcohol markers. I'm just making do with what I have at the moment. But yeah, once I get some more funds, I'll probably invest in a better set of alcohol markers. But I tend to like to use what I already have and use them up to the best of my abilities before I like to get any more art supplies. So the idea of this piece today was, I had this image in my head. I wanted to do a melting person. I want to do a melting boy. He's a boy and he's melting, and for reasons that, you know, could be any reason, but it sort of leads to the fact that there is a mist behind him, and this mist could be the reason why he's melting. It could be like an acid mist, or, you know, it could be something weird that's transforming him into something like a zombie. And that's probably the best sort of story scenario that I went with is, yeah, this gas has come up and it's, you know, turning the human race into zombies. And at first it's melting all the human skin off, and yeah, it's dark. Yeah, I know this is a dark piece, but you know, it's I was just feeling it. I just really wanted to do something like this, and I did it. But just the way I put the alcohol markers onto the picture, I'm not entirely happy with. Like, I nearly nailed it, but it's like when I started coloring in the illustration, it's like I had lost a lot of my ability to use these things, because I reckon I haven't picked these up for a good 6 months maybe or more. So I sort of felt like I'd lost a little bit of skill with them, and I don't like to use that word because I don't think I've got much skill with them, because they're not something that I have sat down and really tried to work on like I have with the watercolors, because I don't want to be a marker artist predominantly. I want to be a watercolor artist, but I do like alcohol markers as my second favorite. They're my second favorite medium to use. So yeah, I sort of want that to be the second, you know, focus that I do. But it's not something, I don't get excited about using alcohol markers like I do when I use watercolor. So but they are definitely a medium that I really enjoy to use over a lot of other products and a lot of other things. So yeah, like I need to use them more, and I need to really probably watch a couple of tutorials on how to blend them. But like, I know that these things they're still pretty good for a cheap marker, and they're a Touchfive marker that you get from like Amazon or Wish, and I got these from Wish for pretty cheap, and I haven't had too much of a complaint with them. Like, you can definitely tell they're cheap, and they don't have a brush nib on them. They're just a bullet nib, and they can be a little bit of a pain in the butt to blend. But you can do it. Like, it's possible, and it's a really good alternative for beginner alcohol markers, alcohol marker users such as myself, because I am still a beginner. Like I still think I'm a beginner in everything. So this is no difference. And yeah, I really do enjoy doing these illustrations, but like I said, it's not something that I want to do dominantly. But yeah, I enjoyed it, but I need to work on it. So yeah, it was just a young boy. He's just a young boy and he's melting. And there is this grey mist, like smoky sort of thing in the background, where that sort of, you know, tells the story that is the possible reason for why he is melting and transforming into this, you know, zombie race of people. And I go along with the grey Touchfive, and I go through, I think it's a blue grey. Yeah, it's the blue grey one that I used. It has a bit of a blue tinge through it, and I sort of went through with a lighter one and a darker one. So I applied the darker blue grey marker down, and then took the really light one and sort of tried to blend it through like a blender, because I don't have a blender with these ones. And that sort of gave him like a really deathly look, because it added that blue tinge, like he's losing oxygen. And yeah, it sort of brought out that sort of look that he is dying. Oh, sorry, it's really dark. But yeah, that's where I was going. And it's a dark piece, and like I said, that's what I like to do. I like to do these dark pieces that, you know, represent the darkness in life. And yeah, as much as I like to stay as positive as possible with things, because I don't like to think of the darkness, because my brain is filled with darkness pretty much 99.9% of the time, I do feel as though that my art gets a lot of this darkness out and makes me feel better. So yes, I just another thing before I go is this is in my Strathmore mixed media journal, and it's not the best for markers. It actually leaked through on the other page, and I checked that, and yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that, so I probably won't use markers in this again. So yeah, just a simple piece today. Hopefully you enjoyed this little bit of a monstrosity with these markers. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.